What's up, YouTube? I'm back with another video on my favorite subject, lots and lots of gear. You may have, if you're in the space in YouTube, I'm sure you've seen the videos, the reaction videos of this young gentleman who's huge, doing a shitload of gear. Greg Doucette just made a video on him. I've watched his videos. Seems like a cool dude, just using a shitload of gear, you know? So my thoughts, obviously I'm gonna be against using that much gear. I don't think the guy's stupid or anything. 4,000 milligrams, 4 grams, if you don't know, 4 grams of gear, of steroids. It's a fucking lot, dude. Like, that's a lot. Like your average male dose for TRT, like therapeutic replacement, would be 150 milligrams a week, right? So to get you at a baseline normal male range, 150 milligrams of test a week will do that. 150 milligrams is to make you normal. Average adult, 150. I don't know his cycle, but I would imagine he's using a huge fucking base of test. So I would imagine, like, I'm guessing 2 grams of test as his base, which is just, we've seen this before. Who's tried this publicly is Boston Lloyd. How did that turn out for him? He was doing, like I said before, he was doing 6 gram shots. He was using one of them big ass elephant needles, and he was doing 6 gram shots, 6,000 milligrams. That was just one shot. So the misconception about steroids, which applies to lots of things in modern era, is that more is better. So if 2 is good, 4 is great. If 4 is great, 8 is awesome, which works up to a point. Like, obviously, the higher the dosage you use, the more results you're going to get. That's not up for debate, right? If I do 150 a week as TRT for 2 months, and then I switch to 500 and don't change anything else, there's gonna be a noticeable difference in my muscle mass. It's just the way it is. That applies to a certain level. Now, scientifically, like at the study, who knows what the actual number is, like when your diminishing returns hit. Because there is a point of diminishing returns. You can't just keep adding milligrams and turn into a monster, right? Like, it just doesn't work like that. At a certain point, your receptors become saturated, and there just isn't any more places for all that gear to go, right? It just doesn't work. It's not like a chart like this for results versus amount of steroids, right? It doesn't just keep going like this forever. It goes like this, and then it goes like this. And when it goes like this, that's when you start to feel like shit. When you're using so much, you start to feel like shit. Right? And, RIP Boston, he said in his videos, like, hey, I've tried doing 8 grams of gear in a day and it didn't work. He looked like shit at the last contest. And he would be the first one to tell you that he looked like crap, despite doing massive amounts of steroids, right? Like, it's just, in my opinion, I don't think he's going to like 4 grams. Personally, I think he's going to do it for a month or 2, and he's not going to see the results that he wants. He's probably going to cut back. Same, like, I'm not an angel, right? So I'm not going to judge him. He's young. It's not going to hurt him badly if he doesn't, if he only does it for a short period of time. He will have short-term medical consequences. His estrogen, I'm sure, is fun to play with. I don't know how he's managing his estrogen, 4 grams of testosterone. Acne, this typical side effects. These acne, high blood pressure, bloating, edema in the ankles. His blood work, I'm sure, is going to take a nosedive. I would be most concerned at that age with that amount of gear. I would really want to look at my hematocrit. I wonder what his hematocrit is. Like, how thick is his blood? That would be a good one. Because even in my case, just TRT, just 150 milligrams, 200 milligrams a week, my hematocrit goes above the cutoff range for, like, normal, right? I think normal high is 50. I tend to get into 51, 52. I definitely have seen, and this is genetic, right? Like, hematocrit is a genetic thing. What affects me might not affect the next guy, and vice versa. I've seen people have perfectly good hematocrit after 20 years of using and abusing steroids. So it really is genetic with him, but it's a lot of gear, and just like 150 or 200 does that to me, he's doing, I'm guessing 2,000. I would guess his hematocrit's going to go up. What else? Cholesterol, LDL, and HDL are probably going to take a hit. Most of his blood work is going to take a hit. It's a lot of gear. It's a lot of gear. It takes a lot to process all that. I wish him luck. I'm dying to see his results. He's huge. He's huge. So I'm dying to see what the results are. Personally, like, I just don't, it's just not a good idea. It's just not 4 grams. It's just too much. If there was a result that was like, say, how could I put this? If he was on 2 and he liked the results, and he's like, okay, I'm going to switch to 4. I should double my result. Not going to happen. Not going to happen. He's not going to double his results. He's going to see difference, but I honestly don't think there's that much of a difference between 3 and 4 grams. I think once you get to 3, it's kind of like 3 a week. How much more can your body use? You know? And then if it can use it, how much are you getting with that extra gram versus the negative side effects, right? Is this a little bit of performance boost from going 3 grams to 4 grams? You get that much more out of it. It's diminishing returns like a motherfucker, right? Is it worth this much heart health problems, you know, and cholesterol and all that? He's young, so it probably is worth it for him to experiment. We'll see what happens. Like I said, I'm curious to see what he turns out like. But I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't tell any of my clients to do it. But he's really young. So I've seen other people, like Greg Doucette made a video, and other people are making videos like really slamming the guy. He's young, right? Like, it's not going to kill him. You know, it might cause semi-permanent changes in like skin texture, and well, with 4 grams, he's going to be shut down. Like, his balls are going to be shut down. So I don't know how long he's been using. I don't know what his cycle lengths are. I don't even know if he is actually cycling or if he's a year-rounder. But it's gonna be a tough road to recovery from using that much gear. Like, if he does cycle, his post-cycle is gonna be hellacious. So it's gonna take forever for his stuff to come back. It's just too much, I think. You know. What else? That's about it. It's not a good idea, but I am curious to see how big he gets, you know, and he's young. It is what it is. You know, there's going to be plenty of people making videos about him, which is great for him. He's a coach, I think, so it's driving up his publicity. Hopefully he gets some, you know, some clients out of this, but I don't know. That's about it. Have a good day. Just wanted to give you my thoughts on it. Seems like a cool dude, so I wish him luck. Hey, bro, good luck. Sincerely. I hope you blow up into a fucking monster. You're already big as shit, so, you know, I hope you get huge, you know. YouTube. I'm available for diet and anabolic use coaching at anabolicconsulting@gmail.com. I'm on Instagram, and anabolic consulting just anabolic consulting. Ugh.